This week, a savior gets low, and Chewbacca on top of the stack. Thank you for joining us on this week's Top of the Stack, our weekly comic review, where we bring you our top 3 picks of the week and all the comics we read. Sometimes we have some honorable mentions. This week we have one. Let's start it off this week with Savior number 7 by Todd McFarlane, Brian Hogwin, and art by Clayton Crane.
Boy, oh boy. There was a lot of info in this one. A lot of info. So it basically starts out with the church group who...
The Westboro Baptist people.
Yes, pretty much. Do they even have a name in the book?
I don't remember.
I don't either. But anyway, starts out with them saying, you know, everybody deserved to die, yada, yada, yada. And the cops think that they're just out to get media attention, which they kind of are. And they did get the media's attention.
That's all they're doing. That's all the Westboro Baptist Church do.
Anyway, so we see our savior with the guy who was asking or saying, I know who you are, in the last issue.
Yeah.
And in this issue, it was kind of weird.
I think he's Malcolm, right?
Yeah, it is Malcolm. Yeah, it is.
So it's the kid who all along never got on the plane.
Yeah.
But how did he disappear into a wall?
I know.
I think we'll get these answers in the final issue next week because of how this thing ends.
Yeah.
But
it's strange because he's acting like, oh, I know who you are.
But he doesn't know anything, really.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
So they're talking, and our savior's like, no, you have no clue who I am, and you don't want to be close to me because everybody I get close to hurts, you know. So...
That was a very unique line. I've never heard that before anywhere.
Stay away.
Yeah. Don't know. Everyone I end up with gets killed. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, that goes on for a few pages, their conversation. And we go into our savior walking into the crowd of people. And everybody's going crazy. It's like mass hysteria. It's like a riot almost. And
going after these Westboro Baptist people. Yeah.
Pretty much. And Savior says,
"Stop it now!" And goes Super Saiyan.
Something to that effect. Stop it now. And yeah, what was that? He like burst into a ball of light. And everybody walks away.
Doesn't even know what happened.
Doesn't know what happened. I was going to get into that.
Yeah.
We see the 2 police officers talking about it, and they're like, wow, what happened? I just blacked out for a second, and then everything went back to normal.
We'll stop it right there. But what did you think of this overall?
I liked it. Like I said, a lot of info. Too much to really put into words, honestly. You just need to read it. I give this probably a Christian Bale.
And I thought it's a good series. He's getting his way, working his way well. The writers have worked their way well up to this final moments, leaving us with questions, but also giving us some answers.
Look at you.
This one, however, I thought was a little lackluster, personally. I think the explosion thing was cool. Them fighting and stuff took a little too long to me. So overall, good series, good issue, not great issue. I'm giving Savior number 7 a Michael Keaton, which gives it a Christian Bale and a Michael Keaton from Geek'd Up.
Indeed.
Now we are moving on to Chewbacca. I gotta cut that out. I'm not gonna cut it out. Number 1 by Jerry Dugan and Phil Nadeau.
Phil Nadeau. That's a cool name.
Or Noto. Sorry.
Okay.
Basically, I was like, how are they going to do a comic on Chewbacca when he doesn't even speak?
Yes.
This makes no sense. But it makes perfect sense now.
It's pretty good.
He's very charming. It's a very good character to have in a comic book because it's that they captured his emotions really well in this. His anger, his frustration, his happiness, his annoyed. It was just really good. It's about Zara, a girl, and her father Arax, who are just people who live on this planet, and they had a loan with the bad guy named Wom.
Yes.
Wom. And since the Empire came in and he's working a deal with the Empire, their currency has changed and they no longer are accepting their form of currency. Therefore, their loan wasn't being paid, and now they're sentenced to work in the beetle caverns to pay off their debt.
Yep.
Which is, they're working in these caverns to help the Empire. But basically, it's this story about the father getting the girl out of prison, basically, and her escaping, stealing a speeder, and finding Chewbacca and asking for his help.
Yes.
And we get these first exchanges of Chewbacca, grumpy as ever, as always. But then he has a sentimental side, and he wants to help this girl. And this is going to be a 5-issue story about that.
Oh, it's only 5 issues.
Yeah, all of these short ones are 5. So
yeah, I think that'll be good.
I thought it was really good. I mean, he just wants to relax. Work on his ship.
He just looked so cute.
Yeah.
Laid in the flowers.
See, in that first solicitation, that's all that they showed was him laying there. And I'm like, what is this going to be? I don't get it. I don't get how they're going to make him into a person. I mean, there's a scene where they show her finding him in a bar, and he's eating, and she's asking him, like, is that good? And he just gives it to her. So you're seeing these sides of him without him having to say anything.
Right.
Which I like about it. And basically that's it right now. The story's just getting set up. We got a girl on the run. We got a big beast that's going to help her. And we got a planet that is being sold to the Empire, basically.
Yes.
And that's where we're at. So what did you think of it?
I liked it. I don't know all that much about Star Wars. I've seen the movies, everything, but I can still get into it. Yeah, it was a good story. I liked her. I thought she was a pretty good character.
Yeah.
I wonder if her dad is going to get out. I wonder if they'll succeed on their mission. But yeah, I'm intrigued. Not, the most favorite comic I have ever read, but it's good. So I would recommend it, and I'd say I'd give this one a Michael Keaton.
And me, I thought it was a little better than Lando. So I am giving it a Christian Bale. So Chewbacca, #1 by Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto, is getting a Michael Keaton and a Christian Bale from Geek'd Up. Which leads us to our last and final comic of the week. Yes. And it is by Rick Remender, Greg Tocchini, and Dave McCaig. And it is low number 10.
Yay.
An Image comic. This thing starts off exactly where we were.
I know.
And talk about something with a lot in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot happening in this, action-wise, drama-wise. There's story elements, progressing the story, characterization. We're getting Stell is now becoming like her own person finally.
Yeah. And then I feel like the art in this one was pretty awesome. Like, they laid it all out, like, perfectly. So I'll let you go ahead and get it started off.
Basically, we're caught there with Stell and the Bloodsuckers, and she's agreed to let them suck her blood because they have this magical power. It's like the
hypnotizing,
glamming someone in True Blood.
Oh.
So, and she's starting to have these flashbacks and seeing her husband, and he gives her advice during this that basically, if you're going to save the world and you're going to save mankind, you can't do it for them. You can't do it for me. You can't do it for your children. You have to do this because you want to do it and it's for you.
Right.
And this is when she comes to this realization that she's been doing it wrong this whole time.
Right.
And basically, she gets to fighting her, uses her son's knife to fend off everybody. The other characters come to her aid.
Yes, they do.
Who are Murtali and Zem. and they basically save the day.
Save the day.
A lot of action happens in there.
A lot of stuff transpires.
Yeah.
And so she gets saved. A lot of stuff transpires, like we said. And they're all basically end up making their way to the surface, and she goes on this long kind of speech, basically saying everything her husband told her.
Yeah.
To her crew, and you can kind of see they're like getting a lot closer, and I'm just pissed off that it ended where it ended, though.
Well, it's the end of an arc, and I think
that was the last one of the arc.
So the next one is going to be possibly the surface, possibly the other two daughters who are coming to find her, because now the story seems to be breaking off issues, like doing its own thing, and then
it does.
So we might actually get a whole arc of no surface and all these two daughters coming to save her. You never know. But basically,
drive me crazy.
It's all about any time in life you can start over. You can reset, you can get a do-over, and you can try to reach your goals, and that's what they're doing in this. I really liked it. So for me, low number 10 is getting a Ben Affleck.
Ooh, not a Brad Pitt?
No.
And I'm going to give it a Christian Bale.
So low number 10 from Rick Remender, Greg Tocchini, and Dave McCaig is getting a Christian Bale and a Ben Affleck from Geek'd Up. Which leads us to our one and only honorable mention. And this week, I saw the story pick up in Star Wars Shattered Empire, which is the journey to the Force Awakens comic book. It's a 4-issue miniseries. I wasn't really impressed with the first two. This is written by Greg Rucka, I like his work on Lazarus and other things like that, but I didn't like the first two. They were kind of just, we're flying around and giving what we're doing, like, hey, read 1, hey, read 2, it just wasn't interesting.
Really wasn't much story.
Exactly.
Like.
It was just action, which is fine, but this finally had story, and it really caught my eye. That is why it's on the honorable mentions list. So if it's something, Journey to the Force Awakens, I'm hoping the next one is going to give us more insight on the literal journey to the Force Awakens, how this is going to attach, because that's what I thought this was, but it's not so far. But anyway, it was a decent read, so that is on the honorable mentions. And that is it for Top of the Stack this week. Thank you for joining us again. Make sure you come back next week to see what we thought about this new run of comics. But let us know what you thought about these in the comments below when you give us a thumbs up, and subscribe if you feel like it. But until next time, stay geeked up, and always hug a xenomorph.
Always.